It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. Coming up next.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Welcome in, football fans. Thanks for joining us. Kate, Scott, and Brock Hewitt here with you. And Brock, on paper, it's not quite the competitive contest that everyone hopes for each week, but projections have us heavily tilted towards one sideline here.
One thing that is cool, Kate, it's been really easy to rally together this week for this team because nothing will unite a football roster in my experience than having the whole world against you. Heck, even your own fans at home against you. They don't care if nobody thinks they've got a shot. Those dudes playing today, putting that uniform on, they believe they can do this, and the power of that belief is a big deal.
Here's Parker Washington with the return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson. And really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Kirk in motion left. Another try following the sack. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It goes as a gain of 19 yards, and that's a Jaguar first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
23.
Lawrence working from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Right, let's go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Cam Little getting the call on 4th down here to put 3 up for the Jaguars. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder. The kick by Shudak is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. His return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs, but Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in, but it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
2nd and 3 now. Motion man right is Smith. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
The way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that first down, and he went and got it.
Escapes the pocket. He's going deep down this side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. They run it with Saquon Barkley. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Barkley's got it. Get some space around midfield. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Hurts now from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. Taken in by Smith. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Hurts throwing again. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Toss play to Barkley. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. The throw is caught. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Washington now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This our last play of the quarter. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They'll be set up 2nd and 7. ETN again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He's got it at the 24. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Eagles will take possession. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He rolls to his right. He'll go all the way across the field here, deep. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. So it's 2nd down coming up. Running right, it's Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line, knowing the run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Now Hurts. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
No touch. No touch.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. On the move, headed right. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles now lead by 10. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Devin Duvernay to return it. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And they find themselves trailing by 11 as they take over down 14-3. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. You've got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Got a man, it's Thomas. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Etienne on first down. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Josh Sweat making the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now it's Lawrence. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
It's taken in by Washington. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And he will score! Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars make it a 1-score game in the first half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Cam Little to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, Britton Covey. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
No touch that. No touch.
Here's Hurts. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
He's going to push one. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
1st and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30.
No touch.
Hurts setting up to throw. He's on the move. Now here he goes. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Right.
From the red zone now. Forced out to his right. Runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lawrence to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Now Lawrence. ETN on the catch. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing from the gun. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Complete. It's Ingram. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Washington. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Catch is made in close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars make it a 1-score game before halftime. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Little tax on the extra point. And the Jaguars cut the lead down to 4.
Jaguars 17.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. 1st down throwing for Hurts. He beams one deep right side. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
He's loaded another one up. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Great, set.
He's back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. He's trying another one deep. That's gonna fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. Understood. Some people would rather get right back to the field to play. And so we will as we advance to the start of the 2nd half. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The Eagles are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Great, set. Delta.
Hurts now from the gun. Finds the in route complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They're now set for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Flush down out to his left. Throwing deep down the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Hurts looking to throw. Chased out to his right. That's into the hands of Barkley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. All on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. Getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he put just a little too much on this one as it hits in the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars and Christian Kirk headed back onto the field. 1st down throw, Lawrence. Got Washington, it's complete. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. Lawrence working from the gun. That won't be caught outright, it's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. The Jaguars in the punt formation. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. His 1st effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. His work begins at the 31. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That one way too far up there. They can't connect. That was Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throwing here, Hurts. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. ETN gets it on the draw. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go right back to ETN. Room to work at the 35. And he's all the way forward to the 37-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Hey, line.
Now we give left side to Bigsby. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. James Bradbury up from the secondary for that tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. This time it's a passing play. He'll get this to ETN. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Hey, run! Here we go.
Now it's Lawrence. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Into traffic, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Hey, easy, route.
And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal.
Grant, 23.
Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, let's go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. The kick by Shudak is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, but he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The home teams and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And what we saw in the first half wasn't an anomaly, partner. They've kept throwing it to him as we work throughout the rest of this game, and the results have been just as good. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Hurts to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Great, set. Yellow touch.
Here's Hurts. Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Headed out right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. They'll send him over right. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Hurts throwing again. Buying some time right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
No touch it. No touch.
Option play. They give it to Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It'll be a 5-yard gain. That brings up 3rd and goal.
5 yards brings up 3rd and
Set. No touch.
Looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Eagles grow the lead to 7. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when the play breaks down. And when you could put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Washington now to return. He lost the football. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Lawrence looking to throw. We've got a screen to the running back. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's taken down at the 30. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's going to be caught by Washington. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
Hey.
From the red zone now. Hitting Ingram on the slant. And he's able to get this down to the 13. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Jaguars trail by 8. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Decent 24. Smack.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Darius Slay has it. And the Eagles make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Here's another carry for Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Back to throw. Goddard makes the catch. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Punt team on the field. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Juke the defender. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. This is hauled in by Ingram. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll look to throw it. And a man is there to knock that away. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So second down coming up. Setting up to pass. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So the offense. Leader in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete. So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. One final shot here. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.